Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night fun night or Sunday fun day. How you all doing tonight? How are you guys doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? If you guys are in the chat, say what's up. Market's about to open. 1 minute to open. 1 minute to open. Nishant, how you doing? Good to see you. Elaine, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Pesos, what's up, my man? What's up, my man? Let's do this. Chris, what's up? Elaine, what's up? Nishant, what's up? Benjamin, what's going on, my man? Frederick the Great, what's up? Zed, what's up? Good to see you. Ro, what's up? Crypto Hashman, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you guys doing today? How you guys doing today? You know how this works, guys. Ask the questions and let's start. Ask the questions and let's start. Can I ask you guys for one thing, if you guys want? Down here, I have a link to my newsletter. It's absolutely free. That you don't got to sign up to my website, nothing. You put an email in, that's it. You're part of the newsletter. I'm going to send it out about once a month. Sign up to the newsletter. Zed, what's up? Scarlett, good evening. George, we're looking good with Snap. We're looking good. You're looking very good with 750. What kind of calls would you do on NVIDIA? Good question. Let's start this. Let's get this popping, guys. Let's get this popping. Let's get this popping. One moment. Okay, let's do NVIDIA. All right, let's see. NVIDIA looking a little bit like it got a little bit more room to go. So I think it's actually going to go a little bit lower on price. For the covered call, I would love to be somewhere around here at the 185s, at least 186. I would be very happy if I could get up here because NVIDIA's is kind of out of bounds with the Bollinger Bands. So right off the bat, I would love to be at around 186 without looking at anything else. Trade options, sell. I'm going to go 5 weeks, Benjamin. I know that's what you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go to October 10th. So in general, I would like to do the 195s. I think you'll be okay with the 190s, to be quite honest with you. Actually, my bad. I'm lying. We're having the FOMC meeting. And because we're having the FOMC meeting, I would just stick to this right here, the 195s. I wouldn't go lower than 195s. Just because we're going to have an FOMC meeting, which could absolutely catapult this like crazy. An FOMC meeting is going to be, I believe, the 18th. So then you're going to have 1, 2, 3 weeks after the FOMC meeting. I would stick to the 195. If you're feeling ballsy, Benny, I would do 190. Maybe 190 would be okay because on the Bollinger Bands, this is way above the every single support, right? You have this crazy volume line right here. You have the top of the Bollinger Bands. You have the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, the 50-day moving average, mid Bollinger Bands, 20-day moving average. And then you have this massive, massive, massive volume line right here at the 182. And that would break through the all-time highs by far. So I would do the 195s personally, but I think 190s are also safe. Yeah. Is H-bar a good investment? I don't know. I like H-bar. I hold H-bar. But to be honest, I think all of these old coins right now are, they're just not going to do good anymore. I don't think that I'm gonna say something crazy. I think that this time is different, and there might not be this crazy alt season anymore like there used to be. Maybe the alt season is done. But in terms of a crypto, I really like Hedera. I think they have amazing technology, and so does Algorand. But it seems like everybody wants to buy Solana or Su, I think, is another one. So honestly, after this cycle, I'm not going to be investing in any other altcoins. I'm not buying any more altcoins. I'm just going to hold my Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some Solana, and that's it. All the money is going to that. Benjamin, let me know if that answered your question. If not, we could go over it on the next live. So for the members live, we're going to do like last week with video where you can join the live and we can have a conversation. And that's going to be at 9 o'clock. Adam, I have a question. I have a covered call for QS. Expiring on 11/21 for 8. I need to get out of it. Why did you sell it for 11/21 out of curiosity? And what was your deltas? I think you gave yourself a big problem with this play. And you must have bought this a while ago because it's been doing really, really bad the last month. But at the same time, if you have an $8 covered call, I mean, you have some time. When is earnings? Earnings is October 22nd. There's not much you could do over here, buddy. I think you just got into a really bad play. And yeah, there's nothing you could do. You can wait until there's going to be a drop, or right now you're not exactly at $8. You're below $8. So you would have a very good buyback. But you have so much time here to roll 2 months that you just got to kind of sit and wait, and hopefully the stock does bad. I got screwed. Yeah, man. That's why I tell people the 4-man cover call is not great. I don't know why people do it, to be honest with you. I don't know why you do it. I mean, I know why. You did it. It didn't work out. You learned a lesson. But definitely be careful with those. Hello. Hey, how are you? Crouching tiger, hidden rook. Hidden rook. Do you play chess? If someone is starting today with a brand new stock portfolio, what do you recommend them to buy? Buy to sell or to keep forever. If you're starting a brand new portfolio and you need to grow your account, selling options is not the best way of doing it. But if you sell it and you're not greedy, then you could outperform the underlying stock. If I don't have any specific recommendations of what stock to buy, that's your own research. But definitely if I'm young and I'm living at home or something like that, I would definitely be aggressive. I would definitely be aggressive. What are some stocks to start selling puts to start out? I like to sell options against stocks that are already in my portfolio. So that's how I start, and then I expand from that. Every single time I do a play, it changes. 1 second. All right, that's better. Every time I do a play, it completely changes on what I'm selling. So, for example, this week or this month, I did IBIT and I also did hymns on 2 different strike prices. So it's different all the time. There's no one stock that you're going to do it on, but it's a very simple method. Cash secured puts 4 weeks out, 20 delta or less, 80% in your favor. And if you can make at least 2%, then that's a viable position for me. I'm not saying that's good for you. I'm saying for me, that's a viable position that I might look into. Yeah, Hood is doing amazing, huh? Hood was a killer. Hood is beautiful. You know, Hood is such an interesting story for me. I made about $1 million on Hood last year. I was buying options when it was like $8. And then I ended up executing some of those options. I ended up executing the $8 options that I had and the $30 options that I had. And then my average came out to be $20. And then I made money again this year. It's really, really amazing. I'm blessed. Hood is a amazing, amazing play. Mike, how are you? Good evening, Adam. Thoughts on Hood? I got assigned on a $7 covered call last Friday at 105 on 7 covered call, even though it didn't spike until after 5 and closed Friday at 101. Yeah, so the way it works with the covered calls, guys, if I'm not mistaken, it automatically gets assigned by 4:30 by the broker. However, I believe the manual assignment can go until 5:30. So if they contact their broker, they can assign you up until 5:30. So what happened to a lot of people is Hood was good for 4:30, and then after that, people got assigned. You're not the only one. A lot of people got wrecked. But on the bright side, 105, the current price is trading at 109. I would just do a cash secured put. So if you got assigned for 105, right? If you got assigned for 105, so tomorrow, just sell your put, right? Go 4 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then sell your put for the same 105. So if you got assigned for 105, look, sell a put for 105. This is going to give you another 850 worth of share price, and hopefully within a month, Hood for you is not going to be past 113, right? 105 plus roughly this 850 or so, and you'll be okay. Plus you collect the premium, but that's the only thing you could do. You could do a wheel strategy and buy back at the same price that you ended up selling at. Easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. And if it doesn't work out, at least you're going to collect another $8.50, right? So sell a cash secured put on Monday. Now these numbers are going to change because it's not taking into account this massive rip. And do your thing. I'm also selling some NVIDIA poor man's covered call at 200. Good luck, my friend. Would you do a cash secured put on NVIDIA? Yeah, I would do a cash secured put on NVIDIA. If I was to do a cash secured put on NVIDIA, I would like to do something right here at the 150. If I could get into it at 150. So trade options, sell put 4 weeks out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would do the 150s and see if it's going to work. I would do these ones right here, 150. Let's see how this is going to work. So let's do NVIDIA. The strike would be 150. 150 right here and 141. 1.41 and 4 weeks. Let's do 4 weeks would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's calculate. I mean, the problem is that it's only giving you 1%. But I would like to be at the 150 if possible. 155 is okay too, I guess. 155, 150. 155 will give you 250. 155 will give you 2.2. So I would do a 150 or 155. I think 150 is pretty solid, but 155 is not bad as well. That gets you to the almost the 100-day moving average. So I would do NVIDIA 150 or 155. I only move vertical and horizontally. Vertical and horizontally. You do. What's your score? What's your rating in chess? I play as well. We should play. My screen name on chess.com is You Got Carped. You Got Carped. Like Palantir Alex Carp, You Got Carped. If anybody wants to play, look me up. You Got Carped. Good evening, everyone. Tom, what's up, my man? Your good hood got into S&P 500. Cover call payout. Cash secure put will pay out. Yep. The problem is sold against January 27 covered call. The problem is I sold against a January 27 covered call. Can you remind me, what did you sell against? Yo, Maytag, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. Your shares got called away. Oh, he said this. Are you sold against the January 27 covered call? Is this the one that said that he got? Yeah, so the thing is, anytime that you are in the money, you can get assigned at any time. It doesn't have to wait until the end. So just because you have an expiration date, that's when the contract ends. And anytime you're in the money from now until then, you could get assigned. You got really unlucky. It only happens like 1% of the time, but somebody assigned you because they probably think that that the price might drop later. That's why, maybe. Good evening. Please hit the like button. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you, mate. Thank you. Oh, stocks are waking up. How is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin 110. Guys, I pinned the comment for subscription to my, I pinned the comment, guys. Sign up to my newsletter. It's totally 100% free. It's the second link. Sign up to the newsletter. My first article was the FOMC meeting in September, my outlook on cuts, inflation, growth, and I compare it to some previous rate cuts. I'm going to send about one article a month, or if there's some bigger event, maybe I'll send more, but I'm not going to spam you or cross-sell you things. Sign up for free for the newsletter. Totally 100% free. Yep, Hood killed it. It's doing so good. I can't believe people thought MicroStrategy was going to make it. People are crazy. I didn't have shares, just January leaps. I'm so confused. I got assigned a CRWV. CRWV. What's the abbreviation for CRWV? What does that even mean? I didn't know you could get assigned and cover call before expiration. Yep. So the expiration date is just when the contract expires. So the contract that you're selling, right, a cash secured put or a covered call, you're saying on a covered call that you are willing to sell your shares by a certain date. If the share price goes above your strike price at any point within the contract. So it's within any point of the contract. But usually like 99% of the time, they won't assign you until that last Friday or Thursday of the end of the week, usually. Patrick, thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. You're the man. Thank you very much. Sold $95 strike puts a couple was ago. Did you get that play from me by any chance? I posted it on the website. The $95 strikes. Just curious. I bought at Hood at 97 with strike price that expires here. When a good time, you will take profit. Yep. Yes, I got assigned on Tuesday morning with expiration that Friday. Hello, John. Hello. Curious thoughts. Yeah, so I have my thoughts on all of these treasury companies. So on Friday, I sold half my SBET and bought BMNR just so I could have 50-50 split. I'm starting to really hate all of these treasury companies, every single one, from the Solana ones to the Ethereum ones to the Bitcoin ones. I think these treasury companies are all full of shit. And they're all bullshit. They take one apple, sell it for $1, cut it into 4, and sell you 4 pieces for $0.25. With that said, when rates are going to be cut and the underlying assets go up, I am still hoping that these things have a run up, and I'm going to sell so freaking quick. I cannot wait for a run up. I'm going to sell so freaking quick. But my thoughts are that all these treasury companies are going to go very similar to MicroStrategy, where they're cool in the beginning when nobody's doing it. The more that join, the novelty wears off. And I think that they're going to dilute the shareholders so much that it's going to outweigh share appreciation. So what I'm saying is they're going to dilute the shares of SBET and BMNR and all the treasury companies faster than the share price can appreciate, and definitely faster than the underlying asset can appreciate. So our hope is that Ethereum goes through the roof, and then you sell as these things actually have a run up. But all of their MNAVs are going down, right? MetaPlanet MNAV, MicroStrategy MNAV, SMLR MNAV, BMNR, SBET, UPXIE, all of them. What's happening with them? I could tell you the truth that I'm very upset at myself for getting into these treasuries. So that's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. That's just my opinion. Yeah. CoreWeave. What about CoreWeave? CoreWeave. Yep. If you guys want me to review a play for CoreWeave, just tell me what you want. Just don't type like a stock, but ask me like covered call, cash secured put, what would you do? Or like what plays you have so we can review. When you close a call position, do you pay to get out of the play? And do I get to keep my shares? Yes. You pay to get out of the play. So for example, I have a strangle on Oscar. I have a $17 put, and I have a $20 call. So if you're going to go to the call, this is going to be a bad example because I'm not underwater. I'm good on this one, but right now it's going to look bad. So I got 15 cents, and the current price is 53 cents. So if I wanted to buy out of this, I would end up losing money, right? I collected 15 cents. I would have to pay back 55 cents or so. So I would lose money. But if you wanted to do it, you would just put buy to close. You would put in the thing, you would review the contract, and then press submit. But then you have situations like this. HAMS, this is not a covered call, a cash secured put. And for example, I have a $35 put. This I'm up. This one I collected 69 cents, but I only owe 13 cents. So I made 81% of the profit of the total play. So if I wanted to close this, I would just press buy to close, put this in, and I received $69. I got to pay back $13. The same thing happened with this play right here, a $39 strike. Same thing. I collected 96 credit. I owe 9 cents of a credit. So this was a massive, massive win. I could buy this out at any time. This play I shared on my website, and this play I think I made a video on the YouTube channel. So yes, you could buy it at any time. And if you buy out the contract for a cash secured put, you no longer have to put up the cash. Your cash collateral goes back into your wallet. And for a covered call, if you buy it out, then you no longer have to sell your shares. Just they became a member. Thank you very, very much, Mr. T. I appreciate you. Thanks for your work, brother. Thank you very, very much. By the way, guys, 9 o'clock today, we're going to have a live for the channel members, not website members, the channel members. And we're going to have links like this, and everybody can join me, and we have a conversation. We did it last week. It was awesome. We're going to do it this week again. So it's not just me typing. It's actually having a conversation. And Mr. T, tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern time, we're going to have our Zoom live where you could join in. So tomorrow, Mr. T, if you log in and you go into our toolbox right here, everything's in the toolbox. All the apps, all the things. Go into live events. And when you go into live events, this is going to be our Zoom meeting. And it's going to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And you're going to be able to join in the conversation. Thank you. Great warning to all. Absolutely. Yeah, you're welcome, Mike. You're welcome. Adam, what do you think of BLBD? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. BLBD. Bluebird. I have no idea what that is, so I can't comment. I got puts on BMNR. Nice. I got puts. I got a couple of I got a couple of calls that I bought on BMNR on SBET. You know, I'm so mad at myself for being in all these treasuries because there's so many things that could have been right this year. Like any other play, like any SoFi, any HIMS, any Palantir, any Hood, Rocket Lab, and probably 10 other stocks you could have been in and made tons of money. And I got stuck in all these stupid treasuries. So angry at myself. That's me taking my final risk, and I'm so upset that I did this, but it's not over. Rate cuts are going to come, and I still think it's going to perform, but I can't wait to get out of those. I'm kind of mad at myself, to be honest. John, what's going on, my man? Good to see you, as always. No, but I got entertainment for no, but I got a lot of great entertainment from you. RK. What was it before? What was he doing? Sold Hood, 95 strikes couples was a year. Oh, I get it. Yeah. No problem. I guess great minds think alike with the strikes and all. Bullish. Adam, what do you think about $24 cash secured puts on SoFi with expiration in January? So definitely I'm not gonna like those. So if I'm not mistaken, I think your cash secured puts are really high. So I have a 2150 on my cash secured put. I'm not saying it's not going to work. I just don't like to take these options, these risks. I don't like to take risks. But if I was to do it, see, I made a video on this. So I did the 2150s. If I was to sell a put on SoFi, 1, 2, 3, 4. SoFi. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sell one. I just realized the dates. So I personally wouldn't sell January, February, or March. I would just keep selling them 1 month out, personally. But that is a strategy that works. If you feel like that's going to be something good for you. But personally, I don't do that. But we could take a look at it. So, yeah, I wouldn't be selling those. Those are literally 60% in your favor. You're doing 35 deltas, right? So that's not for me, Patrick, but to each his own. You asked for CoreWeave. That's the ticker for CoreWeave. I just checked. Yeah, I didn't know about it. And what the chat? Oh, people are answering. That's what CoreWeave is. I got it. I got it. I got it. Price target for me to sell quickly. I have some feelings starting to hate it. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough one. I don't know what my price target is. Basically, I would love to have for them to have a double up from here. When I say love, I would love it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but a double up. You see, if Ethereum starts ripping after FOMC meeting, if Ethereum can hit like 6K, 7K, maybe this thing is going to wake up. But I would like a double up, and I would be out. I hate these treasuries. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate them. I'm really, really hating them. I have a covered call 1011 on Google and want to keep the shares. Should I keep rolling? Um, 1017. Covered call for 215 for 23. For 23 to 230s, maybe. You should just wait for a month and see what's going to happen on the price. Unfortunately, there's not much you could do right now. You're too far away, and the only thing you can do is roll the price for time or just keep rolling monthlies. But right now, just wait and see what's going to happen. You're going to need the price to go down a little bit. You're also on things to con. God bless. God bless you too. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. I try. I try. Thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate all of you people. Thank you. Hi, Adam. Your videos mention constantly about retiring and selling options, but you are doing this with 1 million. Is that the only way to retire selling options? No, that's not the only way to retire selling options. It all depends on, I'm doing it with more than 1 million, by the way, but 1 million is what I show you guys. So is this the only way to retire? No, it's not the only way to retire, but it all depends on how much money you need, right? It's very simple. If you have $1 million and you're selling it every single month, you can make 2-3% on your money. Let's say it's 2.5%. I get usually closer to 3. That's 25K for $1 million. But if you have $500,000, that's 12.5. Is that enough? For some people, maybe. For other people, no. But it all depends on how old you are as well and how much you're starting with. I didn't start with $1 million, right? I started with a lot less and I grew my account. So the goal is to grow your account to get there. So like I said, I have 3 pillars, right? So my 3 pillars are very, very simple. My 3 pillars is, number 1, I like to do multi-baggers. A lot of people forget about the multi-baggers. How did I get all the money? I got all the money through multi-baggers, taking a lot of risk. Then I take that and I put it into dividend stocks to pay for my bills. And then I sell options against my dividend stocks as collateral. So, but one thing that I want to say is, if you're working right now, don't get in a rush to retire. You have like the wrong mind frame. The correct mind frame that you should have is, can I supplement my income, right? Can you add to your income? So let's say you have a job and let's say you're making 50K a year, 100K a year, it doesn't matter. You got to start asking yourself, well, if you could only produce, let's say like $20,000 from your selling options, I'm just saying, giving you guys a number, right? A year. Is that 20,000 going to help you? The answer is yes. Anything that you produce is going to help you. Is it going to retire you? No. But is it going to supplement your income to give you a better life? Yes. Everybody's in a different position in life, and everybody should strive to get into the position that they want to be in life. But before you can run, before you can cross the finish line, you have to be in the race and you have to start walking, then jogging, then sprinting. So the answer is, it's all relative to what people have and what people need, right? But it's not like $1 million just popped into my account one day out of nowhere. Hi, Adam. This is my first time here. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you. Elaine. Oh, I remember you. I bought 200 Googles at 199 and put a covered call for 220 strikes that will be executed on 912. Thoughts for the next step? Yes. So it's very nice to see you, Crystal, by the way. Shout out to Elaine. So these are my options that I have on Google. I actually have Google 225s expiring on 912. So we're pretty much option buddies. I am going to roll these, and I am probably going to do these. So you have, one second, let me sell calls. You have a 220 strikes. So you are at 1528. So you're 1528. So I'm going to end up doing a January's or maybe even February's, right? February is going to give me that 6-month Hail Mary. And either I'm going to do January or February, I'm not sure. But I think you're going to have to do a February. And if you do a February, this is going to get you all the way to 250s. Right around here. Right around here. So you could get it all the way up to 250. And since your average is 200, that's not a bad play to make a quick 25%. But I think that Google is definitely going to have a calm down. Like Google is going to come back down. I don't know when it's going to come back down, but it's going to come back down. This gap is going to get filled. This is going to get filled. Google's going to come back here, somewhere here. So I'm not sure when, but it's going to go back to around this 215 level and then maybe bounce back again. So hopefully we'll be able to get in there. Maybe it's going to go back to the 20-day around that 210 level. And this is when we're going to be able to get out of the play. See, it's super overbought here as well. It always goes back when it's overbought. When's the last time it was here? Like, there's going to be a major down. And over here as well. And over here as well. And then you could even see it right here. Like you could see, if you go right here, you could see that the green line is breaking the orange line, which is a bearish divergence in a bullish trend. So we're going to see what's going to happen this week, but I'm going to probably be rolling it for January or February. I'm in a lot better shape than you are. I can probably get away with a 255 for January, but you're going to have to go to February and probably hit this 235, 240, but we're going to wait. Hopefully this week, this price is going to drop to like 230, and then you should be in a much better shape. And welcome, Crystal. Welcome. But Crystal, I'm probably going to make a video about rolling it, by the way. It's probably going to be one of my content for this week. What is your thoughts on Whirlpool? Buddha's Touch, you got to tell me what you want in Whirlpool. I don't know anything about it, so I don't have any thoughts about it. If you want to review a specific play, just let me know. And by the way, thank you very, very much for your beautiful comments on YouTube. I see your comments. I read your comments. And I really appreciate it. It makes me smile. Exactly this. Retirement is different for everybody. Crouching Tiger Rook is right. Everybody has a different point of retirement. For me, retirement was simple. If I made enough money from dividend investing to cover my bills, like my main bills, like my mortgage, my car notes, my utility bills, things like that, my food, then that was enough for me to retire. And then selling options allows me to buy things and enjoy life. But you don't have to have enough money to retire. You just have to have enough money to cover your expenses. To supplement your income to help. Can we talk about covered calls on BMNR? Yeah, we could. I definitely don't like selling covered calls on these. However, if I did sell a covered call on these, I'll go October 3rd, and my covered calls will be somewhere around, I guess it would have to go to 90s right here. 1 second. Can I go higher? Can I go to 80s? 80s? No. Nobody's bidding this. If I had to pick a covered call, I would probably do this one right here for 75. I hate to sell covered calls on these treasuries because they can run up like crazy. I got burned with MicroStrategy or like MSTU, MSTX last year. But if I was selling covered calls on this, I would go as high as possible. Maybe the 72s, something like this. But I would probably be around these 75s if I had to pick. Open door. Actually, let me just check BMNR really fast one more time. But guys, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this for the website, but I added another video about, so this was my Excel spreadsheet video of how to, and this is my step-by-step of TradingView. So if anybody wants a technical video that's part of the website, just go ahead and click on this video through the browser. BMNR, I mean, yeah, BMNR is tough, man, to sell a covered call on this. I would probably try to do the 75s. I would try to do the 75s. This looks good. Maybe it's oversold. Try to do the 75s. In terms of open door, I don't really have an opinion. It's not something that I'm going to be getting into. Hopefully it works out for people, but it's definitely not a play for me. I prefer not to do these speculative plays, but if you want to grow your account, go for it, right? If it's a way for you to grow your account, not to. Right? Speculative play. That's what it is at the end. A very speculative play. Is it something that you want to do or not? That's up to you. But it's definitely not a play for me, personally. Not everyone has $1 million in cash. I'd say that this is extremely rare. So for more regular citizens, we're like, could you still use your vids for retirement? No, you cannot retire with $100,000. You cannot retire with $200,000. And you would be shocked how many people have over $1 million. So just a little bit background about myself. The reason I'm part of the old school Palantir community. I was OG Palantir. It was me, Amit, and Tom Nash. We were the first 3 people doing content as far as I remember. Maybe I'm missing somebody, but those were the first 3 people making content about Palantir. And I was lucky enough to be able to hit on Palantir and Hood and SoFi and HIMS and Moderna and MicroStrategy. So a lot of people that I speak to, my audience, are people that I used to speak to, right? I know there's a lot of new people, and I feel you, Daniel. I feel you. But there's also a lot of people that I talk to on one-on-ones that are multimillionaires on paper from Palantir, from Hood, from HIMS and stuff like that. So a lot of my crowd has that money, believe it or not. I know it sounds crazy, but a lot of people that I talk to are multimillionaires from that era. But can I ask you a question, Daniel? How old are you? Don't you have a job? You're not going to retire on 100,000. You're not going to do it. You're not going to retire on 200,000. I think the retirement number that most people need is probably around that 1 million minimum. Most people need that 1.5 million, and at 2 million, your life starts getting easier. That's to live and not lose your initial investment, right? But that doesn't mean you can't supplement your income. But if I only had $100,000 or $200,000, I would be supplementing my income. I wouldn't be retired. That's why I only retired last year, once all my stocks hit. I would also be taking risks depending on your age, right? If you're 20 or 30 years old, you shouldn't even be in this conversation. You should be investing to try to grow your account. But exactly what Crouching Tiger said, it all depends on your life, your situation. You can't just you're asking a very broad question. That's like saying how many clouds are in the sky? Like where, what location, what time of the day, right? Same thing. You can't just say that. You got to give us a lot of information of your personal situation, which I don't want to know, but it all depends on your personal situation, if you could retire or not, on how much. But I don't think 1 million or 100,000 or 200,000 is enough. I think 100 or 200,000 is a nice amount for you to be able to sell options. For example, if you have $200,000 and you're making your 2 to 3% a month, well, that's $4,000-$5,000 a month that you're making. Is $4,000 or $5,000 a month enough to retire? For some people, yes. Like maybe some people take the money and you do something called geographic arbitration. And a lot of people move to like Southeast Asia or island like Costa Rica or Puerto Rico. And maybe that's enough, $5,000 a month. But it most definitely is enough to supplement your income, to give you a better life. So if you're making $50K a year, $60K a year, $100,000 a year, $60,000 in options premium would definitely help your life. You know what I mean? Taco, what's up? What's up, Adam? Are you scared about the jobs numbers? Do you think we might have a spike up in inflation when the Fed cuts rates and reduce? What do you think about the market will react in the short term? Good question. Before we go any further, I just want to say, Taco Smith, you see there's a link on the pin number. The second link is my newsletter. If you read the newsletter, it literally says FOMC meeting September 2025, my outlook on cuts and inflation and growth. I literally answered this question in my newsletter. I don't want to talk about it. I want people to sign up to the newsletter. So I urge you to sign up to the newsletter. It's 100% totally free. You put in your email and you're part of the newsletter, and then you could read it. I hope you're not mad, but I'm not going to explain this. Read the newsletter. Many ways to make money with options. Tons of ways to make money with options. Tons of ways to make money with options. Elaine, by the way, is also OG Palantir. And she's killing it selling options. Also, you don't just have to make money selling cash secured puts. You could make money on the options that you hold. So if you hold stock, you could be selling covered calls against your stock. It's not just you have to sell options like cash secured puts. You could sell against your existing stock. That's fine too. I sold $27 calls on SoFi 27. I might have thought that over better. I think you'll be okay with the September 12th. If not, you're going to have an easy roll. You might want to roll the September 12s, depending on what the price is going to be, and just roll it to January. Raise the price. You're going to collect a beautiful premium. So you're going to have such an easy roll, Sarah, but you're also going to collect a sick premium. And just roll it for 5 months. Preach. I'm only wheeling it on a weekly basis. Happy to sell cover calls. Yeah, so the problem is if the price shoots up, that's what we're all waiting for, holding BMNR, SBET, and all these other trash treasury companies, that the price is going to pop up. And if the price pops up, you want to have the ability to get out of the play. If you have a covered call and the price pops up, you're going to be stuck. My pleasure, bro. Thank God for options. Absolutely. Options is a blessing. At least it is for me. And a lot of people. Crystal, my pleasure. But I'm going to be making videos about it as well. So let's see what's going to happen in the market. I know Elaine is putting you on the website. Hopefully you could join the lives. If you cannot join the lives, just ask the question on the Q&A on the board. You'll see it once you sign up to the website. And I'll cover it in the lives, whether you're there or not. And then you could just watch the recap. What would you do for hood covered calls? I think I would do the 130s or 135s. I think I would do. So the problem is the market is not going to reflect the changes, but I would sell a call for 5 weeks. For you, 5 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You want to do 5 weekers, and I would do the 130s. I think I was looking at earlier, 135s. So Benjamin, just realize that this 135 is probably going to be like 150 tomorrow because of what happened, because this is not reflecting these changes. So you're probably going to be able to do a 145, 150 strike for October 10th. Or you could do 135s tomorrow, but I wouldn't do that. I would do like the 145, 150 because I hope I'm explaining myself. All of these are going to be going up on Monday because the price, the change in price is not reflected in these options yet. Okay? So see what's going to happen tomorrow. I'll go over it during the live, during the live stream then. I'll go over this on the live stream in the morning on the Zoom, so you'll be able to see it, and I'll post the trade if I do it on the trade log. But I would do, it's probably going to give you a 140 or 145 tomorrow, maybe 150, once this is going to take into account for this massive 8%. Adam, I have covered calls on Apple for 210 strike price expiring 9/19. Now the price is higher than when we talked. How far out should I roll and increase the strike price? I think you're only going to have one choice of rolling it to a January or a February. I think you're only going to have one choice. So you have the 210s. So 210 right now is going to be $30. Yeah, you're going to be in a very tough situation because you could only get up to 220, even in February. Unfortunately, this is the only thing you could do. You don't really have much of another option. Maybe January's. Give yourself some time. $35s. Maybe go 1 month. January. You would have to go to like January for 220s, I think it gives you, or February for the 220s or 225s. There's not much you could do right now, unfortunately. You're kind of stuck. You're kind of stuck right now. And hopefully that the price can go down a little bit from now until then. Yeah. Leon, what's going on, man? Congratulations on your channel. Leon has a small channel. He just started it, guys. If you guys want to check out Leon's channel, he basically goes over his journey as a young investor. He's from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. And I've known Leon for a couple of years. We were in a group together talking about this years ago. But yeah, check out Leon's channel. Leon's Money Flow. He's learning, and he talks about, you know, his brokerage, his income, what investments he's doing. If you guys want to check it out from a completely beginner's standpoint, I mean like beginner YouTube channel, check it out. He talks from the heart. Leon, how are you? Good to see you. It's hard to get rich and need to make more risk. And yeah. It's harder to become rich, and it's much easier to stay rich. This is 100% correct. That's why I don't like to take risk, right? So everyone tells me, oh, Adam, why are you selling 20 deltas? Why are you selling 0.09 deltas? Because I don't fucking have to sell more aggressive ones. All I got to do is do the basics to make my money, and that's it. Once you make money, don't risk losing it. I could tell you the truth. I've made money and lost money in 2022. It was very, very bad when the market dropped, and it sucks. Making money and then losing it is the worst thing. Worse than not making money. But then making it back feels really, really good. So now you got to learn your lesson and not lose it again. Crouching Tiger is 100% correct. Daniel, that's a little bit of a difficult answer to give you like off the rip, but I make videos talking about the stocks. You're picking the right stocks. Palantir, SoFi, NVIDIA. Those are all great to generate. That's all great stocks to do it. What I could tell people is do the stocks that you're comfortable doing. The more you're comfortable doing the stock, the better you're going to get. And don't rush. Take your time. What I could also say is I do a lot of videos on this channel outlining and showing people what I'm doing if you want an idea of it. And that's it. Palantir Impact Level 6. That's so funny. So, like I said, I know Leon for years already through the internet. And when Palantir got that Impact Level 6, people thought it was no big deal. And we were like all talking about it. It was, Leon, it's crazy when you go back and we were talking about this and everybody was laughing. So crazy. Adam is the GOAT. Toda. Toda rabba. Thank you very much. I did 2 calls with Mike, one-on-ones. We had a great conversation. Shout out to him. Wolfpack misses you. You know, it's funny. I shared all these plays with Wolfpack. When I was buying options on Hood at $8, nobody bought. Only me. $100 a week for 32 years, average of 10% a year makes you just over a millionaire. Yes, it does, but you're not taking into account inflation and taxes. Time is your friend. I'm 33. I quit my job and plan on not working anymore. The idea is to make money in options, but to live in Europe. I don't have a mortgage, so that's a plus. That's fantastic. So if you're happy with making on 200K, 5K a month, I think it's very doable. If you want to get a little bit more aggressive, like Crouching Tiger said, you could definitely do it. But be prepared that you're going to get assigned, and that's okay. You just wheel strategy it. But I don't know if that's enough money because that's not taken into account for taxes. So I think you need a bit more, but who knows? If you're going to like Bulgaria or Romania or Moldova, it should be enough. It's definitely more than most people have there. If you had 100K, could you grow to that 7 figures with the right plays over time? Yeah, for sure. So I started, I definitely had several hundred grand, but I turned that several hundred grand into millions. So you could definitely multiply your accounts, but you're taking risk. By the way, Adam, thanks a lot for your help with this AMA and the other vids you do. My pleasure. My pleasure. No worries. Thank you. Absolutely, Sarah. Help Palantir with your brother. You're the GOAT. Thank you, Leon. I appreciate it. I think you're one of the few that made money. Hi. Oh, Big Daddy, what's going on? I'm getting comfortable and uncomfortable. There you go. That's the key. Getting comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Guys, in about 2 minutes, I'm going to be out of here. We're going to have our channel member live where you can join the stream and we have an actual conversation. If anybody wants to actually review plays, technical analysis, and go into more details, become a channel member. It's $10 a month. You're going to get a lot of value out of that. For anybody that wants more personalized help, become a channel member. We do lives at 9 o'clock every single week, right after this, except the live is through video. So we're actually going to have a conversation and a group chat. Become a channel member. It's definitely going to help you. Should I close my 220 covered call? You can close your 220 covered call, Mike, and then what's going to happen is if Palantir is going to shoot back up, sell a new one. That's it. and then sell a new one. Did you go all in, by the way, Mike? Did you sell on your whole portfolio? So I'm on inside of impound so you can unlock the money. That's what I do. In 5 months, I pulled over $500,000 in my initial position now. 5 months, I pulled over half my initial positions out. Yeah, Elaine is killing it. No way. Yo, Elaine's gonna understand. Elaine, Mike did very similar play to what you did, and Mike also holds a bunch of Palantir. Mike, in our one-on-one, when I told you somebody that did a similar play that we were able to do it, Elaine is the one that did the play. She told me today I could tell people it was her. I won't get into too much details. And yeah, so basically, Elaine, Mike did the same play that we went over. Yeah. And now he's up 25%, but he did it on a good amount. So I'm so happy for you, Mike. I'm so happy for you. Really, I'm so happy for you. So Mike and Elaine are very happy with their Palantir covered calls, and they made a quick $1. By the way, I love your lives with us, Adam. We can have Q&A interactively. You're great at helping examples. I can't write fast and write. It's my pleasure. So for my website, Zooms, every Monday and or Tuesday for 2 hours or 3 hours, we actually have a Zoom interaction with the whole group. Guys, Mike, you know what? That means you have to become a channel member. Pay the $10. You have to become a channel member. Guys, all jokes aside, channel members, I'll see you guys in a minute. Thank you very much, everybody. Guys, do not be scared to do options or start something new. It's all your mindset. And the key is, like Crouching Tiger said, get comfortable in uncomfortable situations. When you can do that, this becomes a lot easier. All right? Thank you very much. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next one. And for channel members, I will see you guys right now. Thank you. I love you right back. Yeah, the website is the bomb. Such a great value. I listen to while at work. Thank you very much. I work so hard for that website. Thank you very much for shouting me out. Thank you guys for all of your support. Guys, one last thing. My website is retiredasap.com. If you join my website and you, for any reason, want to cancel in the first month, just send me an email. No questions asked. I won't even ask you why. Refund, same day. Try it out for a month. Crazy value. Crazy value. Stop paying these gurus thousands of dollars for bullshit. See you guys in the next one.